Why book nerds outlast the apocalypse. In the vast and often brutal landscapes of sci-fi and dystopian narratives, there lies a trope that defies the traditional archetype of survival, the unlikely apocalypse survivors. This intriguing concept not only promises hope, but delivers a refreshing perspective on resilience and resourcefulness. It's about the bookish introverts, the staunch pacifists, and those devoid of any survival skills, who, against all odds, emerge not just as survivors, but as indispensable architects of a new era. Definition: the unlikely apocalypse survivors trope revolves around characters who seem ill-equipped for the harsh realities of a post-apocalyptic world. These individuals, often overlooked in a pre-apocalyptic society due to their non-conventional skills or dispositions, find themselves thriving when the world demands more than just brute strength and aggression. Their survival hinges on creativity, empathy, intelligence, and an ability to see beyond immediate survival to what comes next. Origins. The trope isn't new, but has gained significant traction in recent years, reflecting a broader societal shift that values diverse forms of intelligence and strength. It can trace its roots back to classic literature, where characters are often thrust into extraordinary circumstances and must rely on wit and ingenuity to prevail. Its popularity in contemporary sci-fi and dystopian novels underscores a growing recognition of the multifaceted nature of resilience in the face of global catastrophes. Why it works. The psychological appeal is multifaceted. For one, it challenges our preconceived notions of what it means to be a survivor, offering a more inclusive and varied take on heroism. Readers find comfort in the idea that their non-physical strengths could be their greatest assets in dire situations. Narratively, it enriches the story with unexpected developments and character arcs, making the journey through desolate landscapes not just a tale of survival, but of profound personal growth and contribution to the collective good. Examples. In Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, a group of actors and musicians navigate the remnants of civilization, highlighting the enduring power of art and humanity in bringing people together and offering hope. The Road by Cormac McCarthy strips survival down to its essence, focusing on the bond between a father and his son amid desolation, emphasizing the moral and ethical dimensions of survival. These narratives stand out for their emphasis on the internal landscapes of their characters as much as the external challenges they face. The trope appears across genres in various forms. In fantasy settings, it might be the scholar whose knowledge of ancient lore proves key to overcoming a dark force. In horror, the skeptic who understands the psychology of fear can manipulate situations to their advantage. Each variation underscores the trope's versatility and its core message. Survival is as much about the spirit and the mind as it is about physical endurance. When it fails, the trope stumbles when it becomes a crutch for poor character development, or when it's used to unrealistically elevate the value of certain traits without acknowledging the need for a balance of skills in survival situations. Another pitfall is when the narrative fails to create a plausible scenario for the unlikely survivor to thrive, breaking the suspension of disbelief and undermining the character's journey. For writers, to effectively utilize this trope, writers should focus on building a believable world where the character's unique attributes can logically become survival tools. Developing a rich backstory can lend credibility to their skills and knowledge, making their evolution and survival feel earned. Balancing character strengths with vulnerabilities will add depth and maintain tension, keeping readers invested in the outcome. Finally, grounding their contributions in the context of a community can illustrate the interdependence of survival, highlighting the trope's underlying message of collective resilience. Conclusion: the unlikely apocalypse survivors trope endures because it taps into a universal truth. The human spirit is infinitely adaptable, and our survival often hinges on qualities that go unnoticed or undervalued. It reassures us that in the face of utter devastation, the qualities that make us feel out of place in the world as we know it could be the very things that ensure not just our survival, but our flourishing in the world that emerges. For readers, it's a beacon of hope. For writers, a rich vein of narrative possibility. In celebrating the diversity of human strength, this trope not only entertains, but inspires, reminding us of the depth of our potential resilience. Understanding tropes helps both readers enjoy books more and writers craft better stories. What tropes do you love or hate? What should I cover next? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for weekly trope breakdowns.